Have you ever felt a sudden, inexplicable chill run down your spine when a seemingly ordinary insect buzzes past? You might dismiss it as a mere annoyance, but what if there's a deeper, more unsettling truth to it? Today, we're delving into a concept that might sound like it is straight out of a fantasy novel, yet it's rooted in profound theological and philosophical thought, inspired by the brilliant mind of C.S. Lewis. We're going to explore 9 common household insects and the unsettling possibility that they could be vessels, or at least reflections, of a darker, more demonic energy. Now, before we begin, let's be clear. This isn't about claiming that every fly you swat is a literal demon. C.S. Lewis himself, in his works like The Screw-Tape Letters, used the concept of demons not just as literal beings, but as metaphors for the subtle, corrupting influences that pull us away from goodness and light. He imagined a world where even the smallest irritations, the most minor of vices, are instruments used by unseen forces to distract and degrade us. So, as we go through this list, think of these insects not just as pests, but as living symbols of the small, persistent evils that can infest our lives and our homes if we're not vigilant. Let's start with our first insect, one we've all encountered: the common housefly. It seems harmless enough, right? But think about what it represents. Flies are drawn to decay, filth, and corruption. They land on rotting garbage one moment and your food the next, spreading contamination wherever they go. In a spiritual sense, this is a perfect metaphor for gossip, lies, and impure thoughts. Just like a fly carries physical contamination, these spiritual filths can spread from person to person, poisoning relationships and clouding our minds. C.S. Lewis might have seen the fly's incessant buzzing as the sound of constant nagging temptation, a distraction designed to pull our focus away from what is pure and good, keeping us in a state of perpetual irritation and spiritual uncleanliness. Next up, the cockroach. This creature is the embodiment of resilience, but in the most unsettling way. It thrives in darkness, scuttling away from the light. It can survive incredible hardship, multiplying in the hidden dirty corners of our homes. This mirrors the nature of persistent hidden sins, the ones we try to ignore but that continue to thrive in the dark corners of our hearts. Think of jealousy, resentment, or a secret habit you're ashamed of. Like cockroaches, these vices are hard to get rid of. They hide from the light of confession and accountability, and if left unchecked, they multiply, infesting our inner world and making us feel spiritually unclean. Their very presence is a reminder of the corruption that can fester when we don't bring our darkness into the light. Let's move on to the third insect, the mosquito. The mosquito is a parasite. It survives by taking from others, leaving behind an itch, irritation, and sometimes even disease. This is a powerful symbol for selfish desire and envy. The mosquito doesn't create anything. It only takes. It drains life, leaving its victim weaker. Spiritually, this is what happens when we're consumed by envy. We see what others have, their happiness, their success, their peace, and we desire it not to build ourselves up, but simply because they have it. This envy drains our own spiritual energy, leaving us feeling empty and perpetually dissatisfied, always itching for more, never content. It's a parasitic mindset that feeds on the well-being of others and ourselves. Number 4 is the spider. Now, spiders can be beneficial, but let's focus on the darker symbolism here: the web. The spider is a patient, cunning trapper. It weaves an intricate, almost invisible snare and then waits for its prey to become entangled. This is a chilling metaphor for deception and manipulation. The most dangerous lies aren't the obvious ones, but the subtle, carefully constructed ones that we don't see until we're already trapped. A manipulative person, like a spider, might weave a web of half-truths and emotional appeals, slowly isolating us and entangling us in their control. The web represents the intricate plots of temptation that can ensnare us before we even realize we're in danger, making us feel helpless and caught. Our fifth insect is the ant. Individually, an ant is insignificant, but as a colony, they are a relentless, unthinking force. They operate on pure instinct, a faceless collective stripping a resource bare. Lewis might have seen this as a symbol of mindless conformity and the loss of individuality. When we blindly follow the crowd without thinking for ourselves, without questioning the morality of our actions, we become like ants in a colony. We surrender our free will, our conscience, to the group. This collective mindlessness can lead to great destruction, as individual moral responsibility is dissolved into the actions of the mob. It's the temptation to stop thinking, to just go along with the colony, even if it's marching towards something destructive. Coming in at number 6 is the moth. Unlike the butterfly, which seeks the sun, the moth is drawn to artificial light, often to its own demise. It flutters erratically around a flame or a light bulb, confusing this false, dangerous glow for a true source of guidance. This is a perfect allegory for the pursuit of false idols and fleeting pleasures. We chase after wealth, fame, or superficial beauty, thinking these things are the ultimate source of light and happiness. But they are just pale, dangerous imitations of true joy and fulfillment. Like the moth, we can burn ourselves out chasing these artificial lights, singeing our wings and losing our way in the darkness, unable to find the true sun, S-O-N, that offers genuine warmth and life. Number 7, the termite. The termite is a silent destroyer. You don't see it, you don't hear it, but deep within the structure of your home, it is relentlessly eating away at the very foundation. This is a terrifyingly accurate symbol for secret pride and bitterness. These are emotions that can live inside us, unseen by the outside world. We might look strong and stable on the surface, but this internal corrosion is weakening our spiritual foundations. A secret grudge, an unconfessed arrogance. These things eat away at our compassion, our humility, our ability to love. And one day, without warning, the entire structure of our spiritual life can collapse. All because of the silent, hidden work of these termites of the soul. Our 8th insect is the wasp. Unlike the bee, which serves a community and dies after it stings, the wasp is often seen as an agent of pure aggression. It can sting repeatedly, seemingly out of sheer malice and anger. The wasp embodies wrath and senseless aggression. It's the flash of rage, the desire to inflict pain for its own sake. Think of road rage, or an argument where you say things you know are hurtful just to win. That's the wasp's energy. It's a sharp, painful, and often pointless expression of anger that serves no purpose other than to cause harm and spread fear, poisoning the atmosphere with its venomous presence. Finally, at number 9, we have the flea. The flea is a tiny, almost unnoticeable irritant. It's a nuisance that causes discomfort and restlessness. It jumps from host to host, spreading agitation. This represents the sin of acedia, or spiritual sloth, a kind of deep-seated restlessness and inability to commit to spiritual duties. It's not just laziness, it's a profound sense of, I can't be bothered. It's the feeling that makes prayer feel like a chore, that makes kindness feel like too much effort. Like flea bites, these small feelings of spiritual apathy and irritation can accumulate, making us so uncomfortable and agitated in our own spiritual skin that we abandon the pursuit of goodness altogether, preferring the distraction of constant, meaningless activity. So there you have it, 9 insects and the dark spiritual energies they might represent, viewed through a lens inspired by C.S. Lewis. Again, the point isn't to live in fear of bugs, but to use these powerful natural metaphors to become more aware of the subtle, corrosive influences in our own lives. The fly of impurity, the cockroach of hidden sin, the mosquito of envy. They are all around us and within us. By recognizing them, by bringing them into the light, we can begin the work of cleansing our own spiritual homes. We can choose to be vigilant, to resist these small nagging temptations before they grow into infestations. Thank you for joining me on this thought-provoking journey today. If this exploration of symbolism and spiritual warfare resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the intersection of faith, philosophy, and everyday life. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Are there other insects or animals that you see as powerful spiritual symbols? Stay vigilant, and may your home and your heart remain filled with light.